Have you ever wondered why the news plays the same 5 stories again and again? Let me give you a little hint. Brainwashing and repetition is the most basic form of brainwashing. Join me as we look at the news cycle and talk about why the mainstream media is so gutless and afraid to report the truth. Oops, I didn't set the thing up. What's happening, guys? Good, happy Monday. Welcome to Troubled Minds News. I'm your host, Michael Strange, and this is the show where the conspiracy is the news. And you know what that means? That means a lot of things. That means that the world's a crazy place anymore, and you can't even get your news from a trusted source because they're all assholes. And that's basically the crux of this and why we do this show and why this thing really started with Troubled Minds Radio. You guys know the show very well, Monday through Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific, talking about all the crazy things. But in this case, it's about the news. It's about news cycles. It's about looking at what news stories are actually important, in my opinion, and why a lot of it is propaganda. And we skip all that. All the culture war nonsense, we skip it. We skip it. Because, of course, right, it's all about division politics, like I always say. And what that means is that, obviously, they want us to believe that our differences are greater than what we actually have in common. So I disagree. I disagree 100%. We're all locked into the human condition, and those of us that are not filthy rich, like billionaire style, we're people, and that's the way of it. So yeah. So there you go. You got me. It's what is it? It's Monday. Oh yeah, it's Monday. Happy Monday. And that's what's going on. So we're going to do the news here, and as always, as part of the transparency process, you can call this show. Tell me I'm full of shit, or otherwise 702-957-1037. Click the Discord link at troubledminds.org. We'll put you on the show. It's as easy as that. Easy as that. All right, let us begin, shall we? Let us go to... All right, you got it. This just tickles my heart. One moment. Let's fix this real quick so I cannot disconnect us accidentally during the stream, because that would be unfortunate. Let's go with the news show. All right. Now we're cooking with gas. All right. Now I can push the button and get the thing. All right. From CNN.com, the most trusted source in news. Yeah. What's going on, guys? I see you, Robert. I see you, James. I see you, Eli. Let's go here. Yeah. Headline is this. Elon Musk buys 9.2% stake in Twitter, making him the largest shareholder. As you guys know, I have a very not fond view of Twitter because they're a bunch of I sense what do you call them besides assholes? I mean, so they meddled in elections. And like literally, they've done all the things they've like pissed and moaned about, whatever you want to say, about every other buddy's doing every other thing, but they're guilty of all the things they're complaining about constantly. Twitter, they're like just the fact that they're just so grotesquely partisan. They allow bullying if you're on the other side of the aisle. I mean, they literally take people down when you have a contentious view on the vaccines or anything like this. I mean, literally, they've become like the state mouthpiece of basically like NPR or some shit like this, right? And it's like, come on, at some point you got to say that this is not cool. And even I was looking to try and find the tweet, I couldn't find it, but there was a tweet not too long ago where Jack of Twitter actually said that he's sad that the internet has become what it's become by sort of centralizing the corporate whatever. Let's see, I'll try and find this. I'm still scrolling to find this thing. So much stuff that I put up in the damn Discord that I can't ever find anything when I go back to find it. But okay, so point being is that Jack of Twitter, the actual CEO of Twitter here, okay, actually I found these tweets. This is good. All right, so here's this. Right now, this is where this all came from. I've got these tweets from a while back, and this is where this was. Elon Musk had a poll that he put on Twitter, and he said, "Free speech is essential to a functioning democracy. Do you believe Twitter rigorously adheres to this principle?" And you see over here, over 2 million votes on this, and 70% of people said no. Right, and so the only people who did, like the 29%, clearly and obviously aren't paying attention, or they're part of the quote elite or the blue checkmark assholes or whoever it is. Right, these knuckleheads that get the pass, where they can come in and just stomp all over people's dreams, and it's okay, right? And clearly there's a group of people not paying attention, but this is overwhelming. It's not even close, right? This is like a landslide election is like 55%. This is 70%. All right. And yeah, so somebody said that Pranay Patel, whoever this guy is, would you consider building a new social media platform? And this was back, what day was this? Back on March 25th. And he said, one where free speech and adhering to free speech is given top priority, one where propaganda is very minimal. I think that kind of platform is needed. Elon Musk says, I'm giving serious thought to this, back on March 25th. And wouldn't you know it, early this morning, yes, indeed, Elon Musk buys 9.2% stake in Twitter, making him the largest shareholder. Now, of course, you know what he could do, right? He could he could press for change now. He could start to make things like they should be. He could make these algorithms transparent and open source. He could do all kinds of stuff like this. So we'll see. And if they try and stop him, what's to stop him from just buying more shares and gobbling up more and more of that company? That's the best part, because at this rate, he is just shitting money, and it's growing every single day because of the SpaceX and the Tesla. Once Tesla kind of comes on board the actual vehicles, it's going to be a mess. He's going to have so much money. They're saying he's going to be the first trillionaire, not billionaire. He's going to be the first trillionaire. So hey, imagine a future once he gets to Mars and buys up Facebook and Twitter and Google, and he just buys them all. He just buys up the whole world because he can, right? That is going to be amazing. And hopefully he doesn't turn into I don't know, Darth Vader or something. But yeah, he's like I said, I've always been pretty high on Elon, 60-40, like I said in the chat there. But recently, in light of this, I think I'm up in my game. I'm an all-in Elon fanboy, because fuck you, Twitter, and your censorious bullshit. And yeah, here we go. Elon Musk purchased 9.2% Twitter stock, according to a filing Monday, making him the largest shareholder in the company. News of the purchase sent shares of Twitter soaring 22% in early trading. Musk did not disclose what he paid for the shares, but his stake was worth $2.9 billion as of the close Friday, and then $3.4 billion after the spike early Monday. So he bought it, and then it went up in value by $500-600 million. There you go, right? That's what happens when you have diamond hands Elon Musk at play. It says Musk's filing did not disclose the purpose of the purchase of any plans for the company, but he has been a high-profile critic of Twitter policies in the past. Last month, he said he was giving serious thought to creating a new social media platform. Quote, given that Twitter serves as a de facto public town square, failing to adhere to public free speech principles fundamentally undermines democracy. What should be done? What should be done? Right? And then anytime an investor buys 5% or more of a company's shares, they must disclose the purchase info. Okay, who cares? Shut up. All right. Anyway, yeah, Elon, I'm telling you, what's up, Lacey? I was just talking about how cool, about cool things Elon has done. What's up, Cal? Yeah, I'm telling you, this right here is going to shake up the world, because as he becomes more and more wealthy, and he's going to, again, he's going to be the guy going to Mars, right? he's going to be the guy with the first like full-scale production electric car. Like, there's so many things that this guy's doing that nobody is close to touching, and that shows you how just incredibly inept the world is in terms of just progress, right? For all the great things we have, you still can say, where the hell's my flying car, right? Like, this is supposed to be 2022, right? Like not 1987. So what the hell's going on here? And Musk is putting the entire rest of the productive world to shame, and good on him. Absolutely good on him. And I hope he shakes things up at Twitter so fiercely, starts shaking that cage so that they end up having to do things the right way. Like, again, they can meddle in elections and just blame everybody else for doing it. They're clearly and obviously doing it. You guys remember Hunter Biden's laptop that they slapped just before the election happened because they didn't want the redux of the Hillary Clinton emails just before that election? Remember that whole Comey scandal and all this shit? Remember? So Twitter actually locked it down, and they made it so you couldn't retweet and put a comment. Remember that? Like 2 weeks before the election, they actually made it, they were testing a feature 2 weeks before the election to where you could retweet, but you couldn't actually write something in there. So literally censoring thought. Literally. And they said they were testing it. So what happened? 2 weeks went by, and I thought things were broken on Twitter. I didn't realize what was happening. And then after the election, they're like, okay, well, we tested it. We don't think it worked. And they turned it back on, right? It's like, oh, yeah, no shit. Twitter is dirty. Twitter is garbage. And Twitter is owned. Get wrecked Twitter. Hashtag get wrecked Twitter. I'm super excited about that. 702-957-1037. How do you feel about that? Let's go to here. New York Post. Speaking of terrible things, investigation uncovers horrible truth behind Cadbury's cream egg. Anybody eat these things? Oh, God, they're so sweet. I can't eat this crap. Anyway, Easter is less than 2 weeks away, and supermarket shelves are full of chocolate eggs, with Britain's best-loved brand Cadbury's leading the pack. Their classic cream is a seasonal favorite, with 200 million sold every year, and each one comes with the Cocoa Life stamp to reassure customers that the ingredients are ethically sourced. Yes. But Channel 4's Dispatches, which airs tonight, has uncovered shocking child labor abuses behind our chocolate treats, and for the first time linked them directly to the Cadbury supply chain. During his investigation in Ghana, West Africa, reporter Anthony Barnett met children as young as 10 performing backbreaking work on cocoa farms in the blazing heat for up to 9 hours a day. Small children wielding 3-foot machetes hack through tough weeds with no protective clothing, or crack pods with long sharp crack pods with long, sharp knives. That didn't make any sense the first time I read it. And many sustain serious injuries from the hazardous work. And Anthony found desperate farmers were paid less than £2 a day for the cocoa they sold to Mondelez, the U.S. company that now owns Cadbury. The farmers are paid so little that they can't afford to hire adults to work on the farm, so they have to use their children, he tells The Sun. There you go. And then we have Madonna over in the sidebar, looking like she's had a Botox overdose, unfortunately. Anyway, so they quote, so they take them out of school to work on the farm, but there were also cases where it wasn't children belonging to the family, but they'd been brought from elsewhere to work on the farm. Mondelez, Cadbury's parent company, said they strongly refute allegations that they profit from child labor. Oh, okay. All right, there you go. There's actual photographs of these youngsters with their machetes and their cocoa beans and their faces blurred out. And there you go. So don't eat. You guys probably don't eat this shit anyway, but don't eat any Cadbury cream eggs, and we'll show them, and they'll have to throw a bunch away and maybe lay off their child labor force, which would be fantastic, at least in the sense of these kids not having a slave labor type situation, if you know what I'm saying. All right, so what are we at? We're at time-wise. I think everything's fine. We're all fine here now. Elon Musk news. What's going on, guys? What's going on? Best followers, primes, and oh yeah, all right. And Mime Store removed the space. I got your space right here, you first-time chatter, you dirty bot, you advertising. All right. There you go. Banned. Ha! Check that out. All right. 702-957-1037. Click the Discord link, troubledminds.org. Put you on the show. It's as easy as that. And let's get a word from our sponsor, which, of course, is you. And we'll be right back. This is Troubled Minds News. I'm your host, Michael Strange. And here we go.
Are you digging the show? If so, you can support us quite easily and at no additional cost to you if you already have an Amazon Prime account. Since we stream on Twitch every day, all you have to do is link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, and they give you free games on a monthly basis for your personal use, and also a bonus $5 a month to send to your favorite streamer as a way to bring more people to Twitch. And all you have to do is sync up to 2 accounts and click subscribe. Thanks for considering us.
Okay, all right. Let's continue, shall we? Let us do this. Cadbury cream eggs, don't buy them. What's up, Lily, over in the chat says, I'd rather Toblerone chocolate better than Cadbury. Well, there you go. That's a fine alternative, especially in light of this Cadbury news. Let's go to this, because this is great. Jupiter's moon Europa could be pulling oxygen down below the ice to feed life. When it's all said and done, guys, how many places in the solar system do you think there's actually a life on different moons or planets? Or you think it's going to be, once we finally get like probes down in all these places, do you think there's going to be life freaking everywhere? I kind of do. Let's read a little bit of this. Jupiter's moon Europa is the prime candidate in the search for life. The frozen moon has a subsurface ocean, and evidence indicates it's warm, salty, and rich in life-enabling chemistry. Boom. New research shows that the moon is pulling oxygen down below its icy shell, where it could be feeding simple life. Whether or not Europa can sustain life in its subsurface ocean is highly debatable, and the debate is essentially stuck in neutral until NASA sends the Europa Clipper there. Yeah, that sounds sweet. The mission to Europa has to be meticulously designed, and NASA bases part of the design on what specific questions scientists want the Clipper to address. We can't send a spacecraft to Europa and tell it to find life. Well, that's because Elon Musk could, I'll bet you. you clowns. I'll bet you Elon Musk would be like, hey, robot, go find life. And it would find life. In any case, NASA designs missions with big questions in mind, but they can only answer smaller, specific questions. So scientists are studying different aspects of Europa and performing simulations to fine-tune the questions they need the mission to ask. And so that's the question here. What do you think? Is there life everywhere? And is this Europa going to yield a bunch of amazing stuff that the universe has never seen? Well, that people have never seen. People tend to think of ourselves as the universe, don't we? I'm on to you, by the way, Robert. Your Desiderata. I found it. I found it randomly through Twitter. I posted it in the thing. Did you check that out? Anyway, I thought it was fantastic. Europa has, or we think it has, most of what life needs to sustain itself. Water is the prime ingredient, and it has an abundance of water in its subsurface ocean. Europa has more water than Earth's oceans. It also has the required chemical nutrients. Life needs energy, and Europa's energy source is tidal flexing from Jupiter, which heats its interior and stops the ocean from freezing solid. These are pretty well-established facts to most scientists. I thought we were supposed to trust the science, and it's most scientists. Why not all scientists? That's weird, right? That's super weird. Huh. I guess scientific consensus. If 99 doctors told you, never mind, I'm not Obama, so I won't say it. The frozen moon also has oxygen at its surface, another intriguing hint of habitability. Anyway, the moon Europa could be pulling oxygen down below the ice to feed life, and there you go. We got some trust the science situation going on here. So what do you guys think? 702-957-1037. Let's go to CNBC. Ha! Why not? Right? Why not? Let's go there. Oops. What do we got? Who did I ban? Did I ban the other guy? Let's ban another guy. Who else is here? What's happening, guys? I see you there. Yep. Follow bots. Yeah, the Russian bots. Yep. Not so ruthless, Mike. Nope. Banned. What's up, Rohan? Yeah, banned. Yeah, hey, you're gonna show up as a Russian bot. You're gonna get banned. I have no sympathy for Russian bots. All right, op-ed. Yeah, this is the best. A new world order is emerging. and the world is not ready for it. Oh, you don't say. You don't say. You don't say this was maybe part of the plan, or you don't say. Anyway, let's see. Blah blah. The provocative title of the panel that led off the ambitiously named World Government Summit in Dubai last week was framed to suggest that a new global order is emerging and the world is not ready for it. And that's quote. Are we ready for the new world order? Yep. There's been a proliferation of writing about who will shape the future world order since Russian President Vladimir Putin launched his invasion of Ukraine on February 24th. The most murderous Europe, no, that's not, has suffered since 1939. Anyway, editor, the tempting conclusion, should Ukraine survive as an independent, sovereign, and democratic country, the U.S. and Europe-backed forces will regain momentum against the previously ascendant Russian, Chinese forces of authoritarianism, oppression, and in at least Putin's case, evil. I think you could make a case about other things, other people being evil. But anyway, that sounds like good news, but there's a downside. Quote, the Russian invasion of Ukraine and a series of COVID-related shutdowns in China do not on the surface appear to have much in common, writes Atlantic Council fellow Michael Schumann in The Atlantic. Oh, God, The Atlantic, those assholes. A publication not related to the Council. Oh, sure, it's not. Anyway, quote, yet both are accelerating a shift that is taking the world in a dangerous direction, splitting it into two spheres, one centered on Washington, D.C., the other on Beijing. Anyway, they're saying that are we creating a new Axis versus Allies situation? You guys remember World War II? Yeah. Yep, definitely aliens, right? Definitely the aliens. Anyway, New World Order. It's like, hey, the conspiracy theorists are like, been saying this for years, and they're like, you dirty conspiracy theorists, you guys don't know anything. And then suddenly all the conspiracies all come true in like a couple years. It's so crazy. And here we are. I blame James. Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, interesting that they use, they're using these exact terms, right? Remember George Bush, the senior one, not the knuckleheaded younger one, the knuckleheaded older one, said, the New World Order. Remember that? We're preparing the world for the new world order. Yeah, well, there it is. There's a great reset. There's everything else. Setting this up for an Axis and Allies situation and possibly World War III. But it sure seems like, let me know if I'm wrong here, it sure seems like Russia has got some egg on their face. Again, horrific war crimes and all the rest of that stuff. Don't get me wrong. It's terrible. Never should have happened. But now it looks like they kind of got their asses beat in Ukraine. I don't know. You tell me. The 702-957-1037. Click the Discord link at troubleminds.org. So I think that the Russian star is sinking. It seems like they used to be a superpower. Now it seems like they got beat down by the lowly Ukraine. Let's go to space.com and here's one for you astrology buffs, which is why I picked this background, by the way. Check this out. You think this is random? Oh, hell no. This is all very calculated. I have to calculate everything specifically. I put it into the abacus and I make sure I get the exact measurement of exactly what I'm trying to do to brainwash all of you. No, I'm just kidding. Space.com. April's sky brings dance of 4 morning planets. See Jupiter, Venus, Mars, and Saturn. And all in the same spot, right? Here we go. So, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Morning planets are front and center in April, with 4 out of the 5 brightest solar system planets lined up across the east-southeast sky. If you need some gear, blah, blah, it tells you where to find it. The month starts off with 3 bright planets clustered low in our east-southeastern sky just before sunrise. We get Venus, Saturn, and Mars are within 6 degrees of separation. But each morning thereafter, the configuration noticeably changes. Mars and Saturn approach each other more closely than the apparent diameter of the moon on April 5th. And there you go. There's a nice representation of this if you want to check it out. And for you star watchers out there, this is good stuff. This is fun if you ask me. There's what it looks like, and we'll have Jupiter, Venus, Mars, and Saturn in a line. And, of course, that means the world's going to explode, right? And there we go. Let's see. What's going on, guys? Not a mod. Don't have anything to do with that. What's going on? Are we banning people? Oh, I see. I'm going to make James a mod. Hold on one second here. How do I do this? No, I don't think I can. I don't know how to do it. Anyway, yeah, okay. Anyway, I was gonna make it James's fault. All right, anyway, so we'll go back to this. What do you think? This is pretty neat. The beginning on April 8th, Jupiter, still buried deep in the dawn as the month begins, it makes its presence felt, albeit far below and to the left of the other three planets. By the morning of April 19th, all four planets will be stretched out in a diagonal line spanning just over 30 degrees, from lower left to upper right, Jupiter, Venus, Mars, and Saturn. And there you go. This is what that will look like, and that's pretty amazing if you ask me. I love it. I absolutely love it because, yeah, I mean, it's nice stargazing weather to go out and find all of the planets in the night sky hanging out around the moon. Pretty good stuff. Robert's got it right. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Indeed it is, my friend. Where we at time-wise? Perfect. Let's do this one. Let's move on to live science. And this is for you flat earthers out there. And this is kind of the way I see it, just for the record. Why isn't Earth perfectly round? Yeah, I don't think it's perfectly round. Yeah, it's similar to why your arms feel pulled outward when you spin. All right, exactly. It's not perfectly round. I mean, it's round-ish, right? Anyway, I'm not going to argue with myself. Let's see, blah, blah, blah. The Earth is actually a little squished at the poles, like a person pressing both hands on the top and bottom of a ball. As a result, the equator, where Ecuador sits, the Ecuador equator, juts out. Rather than a perfect sphere, Earth is oblate, meaning it's shaped like a slightly flattened sphere. Yeah, there we go. In fact, quote, most planets and moons are not true spheres. They are usually squished in some way or another, said James Tuttle Keene, a planetary scientist at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, California. So why aren't Earth and other planets and moons perfectly round? Well, the obstacle is something called the centrifugal force, Keene told Live Science, or the apparent outward force explained by an object that's spinning. A rotating planet experiences the centrifugal force. There we go. I can say it once, not twice. You can see it in action too. If you spin around in a chair or on your feet, you should feel a pull away from your center. Maybe your arms or legs will flail, or if you sit on a merry-go-round, there's a bit of extra force acting on you on that merry-go-round, and so you feel tugged off to the side. Yeah, I've scrubbed on a merry-go-round. How about you guys? Because planets and moons spin, the centrifugal force, I said it, causes them to bulge at their equators. The effect can be very subtle, but good examples of this are Jupiter and Saturn. If you take a look at a global image of either gas giant, remember gas giants and then the ice giants, interesting, you'll notice that they're slightly squished and their middle bulges. These planets' squish shape is more noticeable because they are the farthest spinning planets in the solar system, fastest spinning, and the faster something spins, the more centrifugal force acts on it. And there you go. All you flat earthers, there you go. There's my take, roughly. And there it is. Earth is getting a little flat, says Robert. Not flat, fat. What's going on, guys? What's up, APOC? What's up, Cal? What's going on, guys? What's up, James? Mods have a sword next to their name. Don't make me find out how to do this, James. Don't make me figure it out. Let's see, what else do we got? Ukrainian Nazis are the ones murdering other Ukrainians in the cities, not the Russians. Really? Are we really? Okay. All right, Ukrainian Nazis. All right. Okay. How come they weren't doing it before Russia showed up? Just asking for a friend. Let's do one more, and then we'll take a quick break. Here we go. We got this. This is, from BigThink.com. You got to love this stuff, right? You got to love this stuff. 5 ways to unlock your brain's ancient pleasure centers. Yes. All right. And this is again, it's kind of paywalled or something. It's got it's sort of a plug for a book, but it had like the ancient bending over situation there, and I'm like, yeah, Yeah, we'll roll with this. 5 ways to unlock your brain's ancient pleasure centers. Are sex, drugs, and rock and roll actually good for you? Here's just some bullet points. For our own mental health, we must occasionally disconnect from the world and reconnect to ourselves and to each other. No shit. Second, this leads us to some of the most powerful and often taboo things that humans have ever experienced. Sex and drugs and rock and roll. Oh no. They include, third bullet point, breathing, sexuality, embodiment, substances, and music. What Jamie Wheal calls the alchemist cookbook. Oh yeah. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Oh yeah. All right. Anyway, whatever. Get out of here. Seriously? Come on now. Anyway, it's super short, but I had to giggle at the graphic there because I gave you the full screen. Probably going to get censored because of it, but what can you do? 702-957-1037. That's 702-957-1037. Click the Discord link, troubledminds.org. We'll put you on the show. And we're going to take a quick break and get a word from our sponsor, which, of course, is you. Be right back. All right, welcome back to Troubled Minds News. I'm your host, Michael Strange, and we're going to keep on trucking. If you want to be part of the show tonight, today, whenever, give me a call, 702-957-1037. That's 702-957-1037. Click the Discord link at troubledminds.org, and there you go. There you go. There you go. What's up? What's up? Let's see. Reading the chat. All right. I think we're good. Nobody to ban. All right. I think we're fine. All right. So there you go. Rohan's got it right. Get drunk, dance, and get laid. Can I get a prescription? Yeah, there you go. Have 2 of these and call me in the morning. There you go. You now have a prescription. Let's go to this popular mechanics. Yeah, this is sweet. Information could be the 5th state of matter, proving we live in a simulation. If true, this idea could even help us understand all of the dark matter in our universe. There you go. There it is. What does this mean? Information could become the 5th state of matter alongside gas, plasma, liquid, and solid states. A scientist has proposed an experiment involving particle annihilation that could establish that information truly has mass. If successful, the experiment could shed light on the mysterious dark matter in our universe and help us manage the future of data storage. Yeah. Well, there it is. Okay, hold on. We got this guy. And the cough button, trying to make sense of information in a universal daily experience. For physicist Melvin Vopson, this pursuit goes well beyond the mundane. He's trying to prove that information has a physical presence. It's a weighty task that could lead to new insights about how we can manage the future of information storage. It could also lead to a fundamental shift in how we think about the universe itself. Vopson, who studies information theory, blah, 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 blah. Let's see, a mass energy information equivalence principle Vopson proposed in his 2019 AIP Advances paper assumes that a digital information bit used for digital data storage today is not just physical but has a finite and quantifiable mass while it stores information. This very small mass is 3.19 times 10 to the 38th kilograms at room temperature. Vopson hypothesizes that if you erase that bit of information, you would lose a tiny amount of mass and therefore an equivalent amount of energy. For example, if you erase 1 terabyte of data from a storage device, it would decrease in mass by 2.5 times 10 to the 25th kilograms, a mass so small that can only be compared to the mass of a proton, which is about 1.67 times 10 to the 27th kilograms. These ideas of mass energy equivalents are not new. In 1961, we've actually talked about this a little bit before, but in 1961, Rolf Landauer first proposed the idea that a bit is physical and has a well-defined energy. When 1 bit of information is erased, the bit dissipates a measurable amount of energy. Years before this concept of information entered the picture, Albert Einstein established that mass equals energy. In any case, this is super interesting because it means that as we collect more and more information, let's say in gigantic petaflops, they're called, they're probably even bigger now, that we're actually adding mass as energy and weight and to the earth itself. So as all this sort of starts becoming ones and zeros on these hard drives and whatnot, we're packing data in, and it's changing in some cases the mass of the earth. And they're talking about the way that data is being handled these days, that in the coming years, meaning decades probably, that there's going to be a noticeable difference in the mass of the earth just because of all the data that's been amassed and stored on the earth itself. And that's a wild idea to consider, because if that's the case, does that answer the dark matter situation? And sort of, again, we talked about this in terms a little bit of the Akashic record, right? Does that mean that the actual dark matter out there is information kind of free floating in space? And pretty good stuff. Robert wants to know, where does a byte go when it dies? That's a good question. I think it goes, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to say it. Let's see. Cool. Okay, cool. What's up? What's up, everybody out there? I see you in the chat. 702-957-1037. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for being here. And there we go. Dance. All right, you got it. There's the dance, the Michael Strange dance. There you go. Strike a pose. Strike a pose. There you go. That's what you get. All right, here we go. Let's continue, shall we? Let's go to SciTech Daily. Here it is. And unfortunately, I don't have the Madonna Botox overdose, but I can do the... All right, here you go. This is more. There's always more. 702-957-1037. Revolutionary DNA nanotechnology speeds up development of vaccines by more than 1 million times. And this is from actual SciTech Daily, if you can believe that. SciTech Daily. What's going on, Phenomenal Seekers? Thanks for subbing up with Prime. Appreciate that very much. Check this out. What does this mean? Speeds up development of vaccines by more than 1 million times. Does that mean that, well, I'm not going to say it. You know what I'm thinking. You know what I'm thinking. All right. Are you, you can't see the video? Okay, well, you got the dance. You got the dance, Jay. So the thing is, look, if this is the case, does this mean that we'll have, for the next pandemic, we'll have a vaccine super fast, and then we could just withhold it till after the election results to maybe blame or give credits as credit is due? Weird how these things happen, right? Weird how they politicize everything and say trust the science, and they wonder why we get suspicious. Anyway, let's see. A new tool speeds up development of vaccines and other pharmaceutical products by more than 1 million times while minimizing costs. So what does that say? What does that say? You will take 1 million shots a year. Yeah, probably, right? One sec. Hardware cough button. In search of pharmaceutical agents such as new vaccines, industry will routinely scan thousands of related candidate molecules. A novel technique allows this to take place on the nanoscale, minimizing use of materials and energy. The work is published in the prestigious journal Nature Chemistry. More than 40,000 different molecules can be synthesized and analyzed within an area smaller than a pinhead. That's right, pinhead. The method, developed through a highly interdisciplinary research effort in Denmark, promises to drastically reduce the amounts of material, energy, and economic cost for pharmaceutical companies. The method works by using soap-like bubbles as nano containers. With DNA nanotechnology, multiple ingredients can be mixed within the containers. Okay, quote, the volumes are so small that the use of material can be compared to using 1 liter of water and 1 kilogram of material instead of the entire volumes of water in all oceans to test material corresponding to the entire mass of Mount Everest. This is an unprecedented save in effort, material, manpower, and energy, illustrates head of the team, Nikos Hatzakis, associate professor at the Department of Chemistry, University of Copenhagen. Quote, saving infinitely amounts of time, energy, and manpower would be fundamentally important for any synthesis, development, and evaluation of pharmaceuticals, says PhD student Met G. Malley, lead author of the article and currently postdoc researcher at Harvard University, USA. Results within just 7 minutes. The work has been carried out in collaboration between the Hotsockets Group, University of Copenhagen, the Associate Professor Stefan Vogel, and University of Southern Denmark. The project has been supported by William Foundation Center of Excellence grant. The resulting solution is named a single particle combinatorial lipidic nanocontainer fusion based on DNA mediated fusion. Oh shit, that's a mouthful. Abbreviated SPARCLD. The breakthrough involves integration of elements from normally quite distant disciplines: synthetic biochemistry, nanotechnology, DNA synthesis, combinational chemistry, and even machine learning, which is an AI discipline. Yep, there you go. Quote, no single element in our solution is completely new, but they have never been combined so seamlessly, quote, explains Nikos Hatsakis. The method provides results within just 7 minutes. 7 minutes. 7 minutes. There it is. So that means you have to actually do the math on how long it takes from now to the next election cycle so you can actually announce the vaccine because, well, of course, trust the science. And there we go, 702-957-1037. Is this good? Is this not good? Is there something in between? And I don't know. I don't have any answers. You know me. I am not the answers person. I am the questions person. And so this makes me wonder if this is real. or if all this science stuff that we always read is just a bunch of horse shit, to be perfectly honest. That they're like, oh, we've got tantalizing evidence, tantalizing evidence, not tantalating. What does that mean? Tantalizing evidence to suggest that this, that, or the other thing. Well, no. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like, it seems like every damn new thing they've got a new breakthrough in cancer research or some shit, but and yet there's still cancer out there, right? So I don't know. You tell me, is this horse shit or is this not? Are we going to be able to just boom 7 minutes whip up a new vaccine for something? And if we can, is that terrifying? Is that terrifying? What's up, Daryl? Finally found this chat room. Hey, Twitch/troubled mind, twitch.tv/troubled minds. Just go to the live one and you're there. You're in the chat room. You're in the chat room. Watching the other chat room too. So Lily's over there on there you go. Lily says won't make it any cheaper. Cal says absolute horseshit in my opinion. There you go. It could be, and I think that's the craziest part about this. It makes you wonder what's really happening here. So is this a breakthrough or is it not? And trust the science. Trust the science. 702-957-1037. Click the Discord link, troubleminds.org. Let's go to giantfreakingrobot.com. Yep. You think I made that shit up? Nope. Look, there it is. giantfreakingrobot.com. This is pretty hot. Scientists think solar storms. See what my brain does? It just fills in the blanks before I read the word. Scientists think solar storms will knock out internet and electrical systems. And this just hit 13 seconds ago. I snapped this right off of the hot off the digital press. And look what's happening. Back in 1859, long before the internet, a massive geoelectrical storm knocked out the telegraph systems in the world. Reports were given of telegraph operators being shocked, the paper catching fire, and the equipment being operated without the batteries being connected. This was caused by the massive surge of electrical power caused by the storm. These storms occur when a bubble of superheated gas from the sun hits the Earth. These storms cause massive damage to our solar system, and this occurrence causes a massive surge in electrical activity and damage. Scientists studying these events have concluded that they occur every 500 years or so. The event in 1859, known as the Carrington event, was the most recent. This could mean that in the year 2359, another storm could wipe out the entire internet. The entire internet. There you go. What's up? Cal's got it right. He says, I think these solar flares are what keeps resetting mankind to the Stone Age. Could be. So the Carrington event was the largest recorded geoelectrical storm, but it wasn't the first to happen. An even bigger storm happened in our solar system in AD 774, based on readings taken from ice core samples in the Antarctic. The solar flare that was launched from the sun during this event in the Antarctic caused the fastest and biggest rise in carbon-14. Carbon-14 is an isotope of carbon which is created from the sun and contains highly radioactive material. Though the Carrington event was measured via observatories at the time, scientists were able to read the rings in the ice taken from the Antarctic event, which is known as the Miyake event, or Miyake maybe? Miyake probably, M-I-Y-A-K-E. Based on these readings, the Miyake event was even greater than the Carrington event. The readings of the ice showed a 14% increase in carbon-14. The Carrington event only saw an increase of less than 1%. That means in 774, Earth got wrecked. Yep. Bye Bitcoin, and bye world. Basically, reset us to the Stone Age, just like Cal said, and that's the deal, right? That's pretty crazy stuff. Still have trouble with logging on Twitch. Is it that bad? Yeah, maybe we move this to Rockfin. What do you think? Just move the news show to Rockfin, and then say adios Twitch. It's nice because of the Prime subs, right? But I don't know. You guys tell me if it's too much of a pain in the ass and the user experience on your end sucks. Well, there are options. So, yep. Cal says, just imagine what it would be like if it happened today. It fries all electronics, all the bank systems, and knowledge on the web. All of it gone. So many systems we used to regulate things gone. All the satellites, all the GPS, gone. Yep, you're completely right. And, well, of course, giant freaking robot, because why not? This is one of my new favorite websites because it's got the best domain name I've ever heard. Speaking of domain names, by the way, apparently this is a real thing now. There's a website called troubledfans.com. And let's work this in here. Here we go. Let's do this. It looks a little something like this. Troubledfans.com. And if you look, there's a Troubled Minds shop right there on troubledfans.com. And look, you can buy your own Troubled Minds hat directly off of, there you go, right off the thing. There it is. The Troubled Minds store is now open. Troubledfans.com. Goes straight there. Did I link it? No, I tried to link it last night and I found it. But there you go. It's got, it ships, I think they ship worldwide, but they'll bip you in shipping because shipping's a pain in the ass. But there you go. Yeah. So if you check it out, if you want to, there's the one I usually wear, but look at all the options of the different colors and you could pick all kinds of stuff. That's the one I wear right there. That's the one I've got, right? That's the dark navy Troubled Minds classic snapback, right? Is that the one? Yeah, I think that's the one. But they got blue, there's red, there's a camo one, there's all kinds of crazy shit for all your Troubled Minds needs. There you go. They got visors and all the rest of this stuff. The trucker cap with the mesh, if you like that, kind of the old school 80s look. Yeah, whatever, all kinds of stuff. Anyway, troubledfans.com, and there you go. Boom, you get the Troubled Minds shop. Hats are there, t-shirts and other stuff are coming as well. It's just a pain in the ass. I spent like 8 hours last night setting this up, and I was getting agitated so much so that I forgot to actually upload a podcast today. I was so mad with this because it's just a mess. It's a pain in the ass to set up. If you guys have ever worked with Shopify stores, it is a pain in the ass to set up. So anyway, there you go. That's what this looks like, and now you know. Troubledfans.com. By popular request, we've got the actual Troubled Minds radio shop that is now live, and you can find it there at troubledfans.com. All right, where were we? Information. We got this nanotechnology, giant freaking robot. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break and get a word from our sponsor, which of course is you, and we'll be right back for the final segment of Troubled Minds News. I'm your host, Michael Strange. Here we go. Let's smash this button, that button.
Are you digging the show? If so, you can support us quite easily and at no additional cost to you if you already have an Amazon Prime account. Since we stream on Twitch every day, all you have to do is link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, and they give you free games on a monthly basis for your personal use, and also a bonus $5 a month to send to your favorite streamer as a way to bring more people to Twitch. And all you have to do is sync up the two accounts and click subscribe. Thanks for considering us.
All right, let's keep on trucking, and we got more news to get to. So let's get to again, giant freaking robot. I'm impressed with this website. Let's go to sciencenews.org, and here we go. We got this, and wouldn't you know it? Binary stars keep masquerading as black holes. Oh really? What's up, Phenomenal Seekers? I see you there. Finally, stupid chat box. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. There are issues with streaming Twitch and Rockfin at the same time. We can't do it because if you monetize on Twitch, you can't restream at the same time because, they have a 24-hour exclusivity period. So that's why the podcasts are kind of delayed a little bit to accommodate the Twitch thing. So anyway, just an FYI, guys. So anyway, binary, blah, blah, blah. And this is from 10 hours ago by Liz Cruesi. As astronomy data sets grow larger, scientists are scouring them for black holes, hoping to better understand the exotic objects. But the drive to find more black holes is leading some astronomers astray. Quote, you say black holes are like a needle in a haystack, but suddenly we have way more haystacks than we did before, said astrophysicist Karim El-Badri of the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics in Cambridge, Massachusetts. You have better chances of finding them, but you also have more opportunities to find things that look like them. Oh, I see. Two more claimed black holes have been turned out to be the latter, weird things that look like them. They both are actually double star systems that never before seen stages in their evolutions, El-Badri and his colleagues report March 24th in monthly notices of the Royal Astronomical Society. The key to understanding the systems is figuring out how to interpret light coming from them, the researchers say. In early 2021, astronomer Tharendu Jaisingh of Ohio State University and his colleagues reported finding a star system, affectionately named the Unicorn, about 15,000 light years from Earth, that they thought held a giant red star in its senior years orbiting an invisible black hole. Some of the same researchers, including Jaisingh, later reported a second similar system dubbed the Giraffe, found about 12,000 light years away. But other researchers, including El-Badri, weren't convinced that the systems harbored black holes. So Jaisingh, El-Badri, and others combined forces to reanalyze the data. In any case, well, it looks like a black hole's not a black hole in some cases, and there are these binary star systems, which seem pretty cool. That seems pretty cool, right? Yeah, 8's a big hat. 8's the biggest hat you can get, and I wear fitted hats, and I wear 7 1/4. So that's about. It's probably a little large, like probably 7 1/8 or 7 1/4 is about average. But yeah, 8 is, for fitted caps. 8 is the largest size they make, and they are difficult to find. So there you go. That's Cal with the big head. You got a big brain, right? That's what it is. That's what it is. So 702-957-1037. Click the Discord link, troubleminds.org. We'll put you on the show. Speaking of put you on the show, let's go to the mighty Rohan. Rohan, are you there? Test 1, 2. Hello. Good afternoon.
You all right?
Hey, I'm talking here. What's going on, my man? How are you?
Hey, buddy. Can you hear me okay? Is that mic check 1, 2?
Loud and clear. Mic check 1, 2. Go right ahead.
Excellent.
What's on your mind?
Brilliant. Yeah. I just caught in the show. I never called in on the news one, so I thought a couple of quick points, if that's all right. Just jump in there, Mike.
Of course. Go right ahead, sir.
Yeah. So I was really liking this thing about with mass and energy, having information, having a mass. I thought that was I don't want to say mind blowing, but it means that's a big one. That is, it's quite profound. That is, and I don't know if anyone quite realised the implications of that. But you sort of covered it, Mike. But for me, I was thinking on the philosophical side of things. That means, well, information's a thing, right? The ideas are a thing. So when you think of like ideas and trying to build up like a dream, trying to aim to get something, I think of like all little elves going out, making it happen. Well, maybe that's a real thing. Are they alive? Have they got consciousness? And, some of these ancient philosophers tell us that everything's alive and it's got consciousness. But also as well, on the other side of things, on the more, logic side of the brain, I think, well, mass and information and energy, if that's got mass, if that's got weight, okay, we're talking energy matter conversion. So you mentioned Einstein there. So that means we're not far away from the likes of holodecks and replicators. Do you know what I'm saying? And then I get thinking, hang on a minute, if you start doing some of this Wim Hof stuff and getting control of your autonomic functions and learning some of these stuff that the meditators have been telling us for years, then does that mean you really can manifest objects? So what do you think of that?
Meaning that you can just conjure them out of space-time, just poof, like Merlin in the old days, just conjure yourself a nice white horse and ride off into the sunset?
I'm thinking, well, whatever, I'm just thinking if it then becomes, because it's one thing leads to another, isn't it? Like with any technology, if you make this discovery and then you can technologically use this property to, get your replicators going. Once the principle is shown, then there's more than one way to skin a cat, right? Then it might turn out that biological technologies are better than the circuits and stuff that we do. Do you know what I mean? It's just that we haven't learned how to sort of use them yet, and so we have to kind of use other tools like a stick and a stone, and then string, and then wheels, and then printed circuit boards, and so on and so on. To find out these principles in order to look inside ourselves to realize, oh my goodness, we can do all this really cool stuff, sort of thing. And I think that's part of the fundamental way the universe unfolds anyway. You kind of look outside of yourself, observe it, don't you? And in that reflection, you have to do everything in reflection, don't you? Like, you can't see the back of your own head or see your own hair grow, sort of thing. I think that's part and parcel of the process, the ebb and flow of life, like going out to observe and then taking in and then doing introspection. It's like breathing in and out with the experience, sort of thing.
Yeah, which again, like I said, I think there are pretty wild implications here. If this is the case, then we got this idea of the Higgs field where energy becomes mass itself. So if we're able to somehow harness this same idea with the information as the energy and mass in the snap of the finger, I don't know, pretty wild stuff. No, you're fine with the link, Cal. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I'm with you. The implications are pretty large if this could be the case. Again, with not just storing information. Again, back to the Akashic record. We talked about it last time in those terms. In that, the knowledge of the universe is out there, and what that means also, by the way, is like we always speak in terms of energy is never destroyed. It just changes form as part of the laws of thermodynamics, which means that every bit of information that we learn throughout our entire life that goes into our brain as part of a conscious being does survive somehow, some way. Maybe it becomes dark matter and just floats in the ether until it's tapped again at some point. I mean, there's some pretty wild things here that you can wrap your mind around and go, well, isn't that fascinating?
It always that bit you just did there, Mike. It always it looks like to me it's as if. I'm always remembering Nassim Haramein, I'm linking with this, saying he says pretty much everything spins in the universe, and as things spin, they kind of give off a residue of what they've done, almost like a memory trail, which is like your Akashic records. And I think, well, it's almost like it's the most gigantic metadata project you can ever imagine. And I think it's put there to somehow help the universe itself evolve. Do you know what I'm saying? Because if you're a whole entire universe, it's kind of same problem, isn't it? You can't see your own hair grow. You can't be, you can't know where the electron's going whilst being able to observe its direction at the same time. You have to get too close to see where it is. So you can't see where it's going. But as you come out to see where it's going, you can't see exactly where it is because it's too small. You've got that measurement problem, haven't you? And I think that's part and parcel again of this realm, is that there's something outside of us, that has to experience this realm through us. Because in order to be here, it won't be able to do it. So he has to forget parts of itself, do it through avatars in order to have discovery again. Do you know what I mean? A bit like, I don't know. I'm rambling a bit here, but it is wild to think about.
Welcome to my life. We're just here rambling. Don't mind us. Here with the mighty Liam Martin, the famous Rohan. See what I did there? I reversed it. By the way, Rohan has a podcast called the Exiled Minds Podcast. Please check it out. We've got a scheduled thing happening on Friday, and we're going to be live, right? We're going to do this live?
Yeah, I'm going to give it a go, Mike. Do a few tests and that, and then we'll just go for it and see. I reckon I can do it, so we'll just try it, and then, baptism of fire sort of thing. That's the way to learn sometimes. I'm
not scared. So he's going to get back on the horse with this Exiled Minds podcast, and he'll have Michael Strange on there on Friday. Oh, you could look for that around 5 p.m. Pacific time, which is about right after an hour after the news show on Friday. Sorry, James. It's also right at the same time James does his show. So sorry about that. Which one of the only times we could work this out. There's again, I'm so busy with things that it's hard to squeak things in, and there you go. I had to do it early, not later. So anyway, there you go. That's what's happening on Friday. Thanks for the phone call, my friend. What else you got? Anything else for us real quick before we finish up?
Yeah, just one quick, it's just pure synchronicity that you happened to sort of mention it today. But today I got this real unusual email. I don't even know what to think about it. But but it sounds alarming to me. But I don't know. It's really short. I got this weird email. It said, the headline is, this is my email, okay, my email address. I've sent you a picture to prove it with details blocked out. But yeah, it says COVID consent request, consent reply at read.com. Well, that's an employment agency. I thought that's weird. And it says, since the beginning of coronavirus pandemic, we've at times engaged with you remotely, either by telephone or appointments through video calls. We've previously verbally agreed you've given us consent to annotate any paperwork on behalf of you with COVID-19 in line with guidances, right? And I'm thinking, what? And it says, we are now required to document consent of all the participants of the above. It was completed with your consent. Do you know what I'm saying? And it says, it would be grateful if you can confirm this is sort of true. And I'm like, I've not spoke to anybody about none of this pandemic stuff. No one's talked to me. I don't like doctors and stuff for my own personal reasons. I'm like, what the hell is this? So it kind of makes it seem like annotating your records, it's kind of like, sounds like somebody's been messing with it, putting COVID-19 on it, and now they've got to prove that I said they could, and I've had nothing to do with none of this. So I thought, that's weird, isn't it? So since you mentioned it, I thought I'll give that mention. Yeah,
because you actually put a middle finger emoji and send it back. Can you do something like that?
I sent him a serious email about it. Not like, can you please explain who you are, what the hell sort of thing, and a few sort of personal stuff about why I don't particularly like dealing with medical staff. Do you know what I mean? Because stuff they've done. So it's like, I'm going to try and see what this is, because I don't know, it seems strange to me. So before I just mention it, so if anything happens, it wasn't me. I didn't do it. And I'm very happy at the minute.
Okay. All right. It wasn't you. You didn't do it. Right on. All right. We're going to get rolling. Rohan, are you going to be around for us tonight when we do Troubled Minds? You going to stay up that late? No pressure.
Well, yeah, probably.
Probably.
And maybe. We'll see.
Us damn night owls. You never can keep track of us. Right on. Appreciate the phone call. Please give Rohan a follow. Exile Minds podcast. Link's not in this description because it's not set up properly, but I'll get that for you in just a second. Actually, if you could, Rohan, could you drop that in the chat? I'd appreciate that very much. And let's keep on trucking. Right on.
Okay, cheers. Thanks very much, Mike. Thanks
have a great one. Thanks for the phone call. Send that middle finger emoji and tell him I said hi.
Oh, dear.
All right. Here we go. Let's go to the Hill. NASA needs to commit to a permanent lunar base. Yeah. No shit. We've been saying that for a long time, haven't we? And this is, again, a opinion contributor. But, of course, the problem with this is that they'll weaponize it, as always, with everything. Like James said, actually, there was a Doctor Strange animated feature some years ago, and the characters in it were doing something similar, except, of course, because it was an action story, they were manifesting weapons out of thin air. Because why not? Why not? There you go, Robert. At last, finally, a Troubled Minds hat is coming my way. Troubled Minds Classic Snapback, Heather Gray, and Navy. And there you go. That's the way it happens. Troubledfans.com. All right, let's go to New Scientist. This is good stuff there. And we got this. Genomes of hundreds of extinct species revealed by rewinding evolution. This is kind of cool. Again, unfortunately, it's paywalled because New Scientist is always paywalled, but they have the most fascinating stuff. Like I said, if I ever pay for any publication, it's going to be New Scientist because they got a ton of good stuff here. We'll just skip that because we had a great call and we're short on time, and we'll keep on rolling. SciTech Daily. Yeah, wouldn't you know it? This is the way things work. Neuroscientists identify fundamental mechanism for long-term memory storage. Interesting. In light of the other one that has an idea about information as information as mass. So I wonder how there, if and how there's a connection here. Do you smell a Troubled Minds episode on the horizon about something like this? Maybe not. And then let's burn through a couple more and then finish this up. We got ARS Technica, and this. Some of the stranger features on Pluto remain tough to explain. Uh-oh. There we go. Ronald, what's up? Ronald has arrived. Finally figured out how to get on Twitch. Oh, great. Now I have two Twitches. Ronald with the jokes. What's up, Ronald? Here we go. So this feature on Pluto, as you can see in the photograph here, which is odd, the feature in question is called Wright Mons, M-O-N-S, a bit of an elevated terrain named after the Wright brothers. There's a similar feature nearby called Picard Mons, and when the features were seen in photographs sent back on from New Horizons, scientists described them as cryovolcanoes. In terms of their shape, both looked a lot like volcanoes on Earth, with an elevated peak and a crater-like feature in the center. The surface of Pluto is mostly made of ice, as are both Wright and Picard Mons, so researchers have expected that the features were made from semi-liquid ices that forced to Pluto's surface, hence cryovolcanoes. They've been spotted on other cold bodies with minimal atmospheres like Ceres, so why not Pluto? So anyway, there's your photograph of what they're talking about. If you don't think space is real, I'm sorry. Well, I don't know what to tell you. And there we go. And then, of course, the Troubled Minds shop. You can find it at troubledfans.com. Thank you for the orders. I see some orders coming in already. Thank you for that, you guys. And more stuff coming. Like I said, we'll have the Maximum Maybe Juice t-shirts and things like this happening. We'll have logo stuff, as you can see. There's some pretty sharp-looking caps, as you can tell from myself and the hat I'm wearing. The quality's pretty good. That's why I wanted to make sure that I got one first to make sure that it was good stuff and not some crappy fly-by-night made in China piece of garbage that you got and you were disappointed with. So pretty good quality. I do wear it often, as you can tell, and it's not getting beat up and nasty and all the rest of that. And well, anyway, sweat in it less, and it's all good. There you go. There you go, Daryl. Ordered my hat already. Thank you. That's very nice. You don't feel obligated, but if you do want to support the show, here's one way to do it, and also get something cool, a little swag you can wear, and show off your Troubled Minds pride. So there we go. Lily, thanks for hanging out, and have a great one. I'll see you guys later, and we're done. So the bad news is we're done. The good news is, God willing, we've got tonight. So we're going to do Troubled Minds tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific. So we'll see you there. Going to smash the button and do the thing and play some outro. And thanks for the phone call, Rohan. Make sure you give him a follow at Exiled Minds Podcast. Did we get that link? I don't think we did. I'll find it. I'm not scared. Watch this. We're also coming up on the actual, what would you say, 4-year anniversary of Troubled Minds. I was looking at the date. I pulled up the very, very first one, and the very first Troubled Minds got uploaded on April 9th, 2018. April 9th. That was the very first Troubled Minds episode. So coming up this weekend is 4 years. Can you fucking believe it? I cannot. I totally cannot. Here we go. Exiled Minds Podcast. Copy the link, drop it in the thing, and there you go. Follow Rohan there, and boom. All right. You know how you get Carnegie Hall, don't you? Practice. We'll see you guys a little bit later tonight with Troubled Minds Radio, 7 p.m. Pacific. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the folks who have subbed up. Thanks for people buying the hats. Thanks to all the people excited, enthusiastic about the show. Thanks for spending your time and energy here with us. And thanks for just being you. Thanks for being chill and cool and wanting more from news and more from media and asking more from ourselves. I appreciate it very much. So catch you later, Daryl. Catch everybody later. We'll see you guys in approximately 3 hours. Have a fantastic afternoon. Happy Monday. Remember, Monday doesn't suck. Your job sucks. All right. Michael Strange out. Catch you guys very soon. Thank you. Have a great one.